Gold already reached 2195, and as you can see, this is a new all-time high. We are going to discuss the topic, is the gold price manipulated this time? If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the like button and follow. So let's begin with the gold analysis. Only from the weekly perspective, we may see that I have pointed out many big events from the past. If we are going to look at the left side of the structure, the first one that created a new all-time high was during COVID-19. On August 2020, the price already reached 2075. However, this was a big problem considering that this was unknown for the mankind. We didn't know what was going to happen. However, we saw that the situation was under control very soon. Later, another bullish movement happened. It was very big. Situation this time was also critical. We had the problem of the war between Ukraine and Russia during March 2022, and the price tested again 2075. So this is getting more interesting now because this war already exposed Europe to the World War III. It was a very critical moment for every one of us because we didn't know how it was going to develop, but as you can see, the price moved down again, considering that the situation was not good at all. Again, we had other problems during these years. With the beginning of the war between Ukraine and Russia, the inflation increased and reached all-time highs again. Inflation tested areas dating back 40 years ago. It was at this point, and we saw the gold price rising up again. So why it moved up in all of this situation? As we all know, this is a safe haven asset, and all the time we have major events like the one that I have pointed out on the chart. It is normal that the market is going to move the money on gold in order to be safe from unknown events. However, from the bottom of this area, from October 2022 up to the top of this zone again, 2075, this is dating back on May 2023, we had two big events. On one hand, the US was increasing the interest rates, and on the other hand, this wave here was created during the banking crisis in the US and Switzerland as well. So we saw old banks in the US to go in bankrupt, and also we had the Credit Suisse. That was another topic. It was one of the oldest bank in Swiss and in Europe as well, and we saw the price that was stopped in this situation. In my opinion, the banking crisis was a very big problem because this was also, this shaked also the pillar of the banking system. So that is why we had, it was a very important moment. However, also after that moment, we saw the price getting more stable and it reached 1,817. So after those bad moments that everyone was talking about, a domino effect that we could have seen also many other banks in the same situation. However, everything get back to normal here. And what was very surprise, it was a real surprise, we saw the price increasing during the Israel and Hamas conflict during October 2023. And the situation at this moment is getting more interesting here. So this is where we are going to focus for the moment. As you can see, also this war didn't break 2075, but on December 4th, 2023, during the previous year, the price bounced suddenly here and it reached 2,145 without any reason. The only reason was a speculation about a possible rate cut from the Fed. So it seems that this speculation was more important compared to everything else that we had on the past. The price moved down, everything was looking very interesting and it was showing for a possible bearish move. But on the other hand, we can see that the price already reached 2195. So what happened at this point? I don't think that we are the only one that we are surprised here. In my opinion, it was not an accumulation how many are interpreting in the market, considering that gold is a type of financial instrument that is impacted a lot from the fundamental perspective. This is it works out very well as a value holder, but only during major events like the conflicts that I explained here, like wars, problems like COVID-19 or banking crisis, earthquakes, so something that is unknown for us or it has a high impact in the market. In a normal situation, it doesn't make sense at all for the gold price to reach this area, and moreover, we are in a normal moment so far. The market is only speculating about a possible rate cut from the Fed, but it is normal that the Fed is going to decrease the interest rate at a specific moment of time, but it doesn't make gold to be the favorite of the market because we have also other assets. And it doesn't make sense the fact that when the Fed increased the interest rates during this moment here, we didn't see gold moving down, but we saw gold rising because it was supported by the fundamental perspective. So at this moment we have the war between Israel and Hamas, but in my opinion that is more like a genocide right now than a war, because no one is reacting, and as long as all the other countries are not reacting at all, the situation should calm down. It should not escalate further. So this is what I'm looking at for the moment. But we are also interested at this point why the price reacted in this way. So all the market here was looking at for a possible bearish movement, but it happened the opposite, and everything is related with the possible rate cut from the Fed. As we have seen, the inflation is under control in the US. It is moving down. It is normal that they are going to decrease the interest rates because it doesn't make sense, otherwise they may literally kill the economy in the current conditions with those higher interest rates. Despite the fact that they said that we are not going to decrease the interest rates right now, it is normal that they should begin during the second half of the year or probably during September, in my opinion, because it makes more sense after the vacations. However, this situation is the one that we are going to look at. So overall, after the price broke out from this area here, this was showing a type of channel, we may see that this is dating back at this point. It was on March 1, and we are going to look at also the other indicators, what happened on March 1. So we can say the US dollar was weak, because if we are going to get back to the dollar index on March 1 is the first line that I placed here, we can see only a small movement. So look at the movement, it was deleted here again. This is March 1. If we are going to get back to gold again, we may see that from March 1 and later the price only increased further. Later on March 6, it was this point here, March 6, March 4th. Let's place another line here. Here we have this. Gold price increased from this point by nearly 4.62% and already invalidated 2075 and reached 2145. So this is not making sense at all. Gold price increased in this crazy way. But if we are going to look at the dollar index at the same moment, it didn't react in that way. So from March 1 to March 6, we can see here we have the dates. Just one moment to remove this. Here we have the dates. This is March 6th, this point here, and dollar index didn't move at all. This was very small movement. But on the other hand, we can see gold that is only rising. So the question is, what is creating all of this speculation at this moment? Probably there are many countries or any big country that is creating this speculation because the volume that is required to push the price in these areas is huge. This is the type of the volume that is not created from a normal country or a small country or a hedge fund. This is very big. This is only the type of volume that is created from major economies. And when I explain major economies, I mean for the US, for China, or for other countries that are big, that they have liquidity in order to create this type of movements for gold. It is also discussed about the topic that China is also buying high reserve of gold. However, I don't think that this is created by China. If we are going to look at the conspiracy theories, I think that probably this wave here in the normal conditions that we are right now, this big movement of approximately 7.15%, probably this is covering something else and this is taking the retail traders' money. Probably this is covering the war cost or something different, or probably something else may happen, but I don't think that something will happen at this point. But it doesn't make sense how all of this bounce here. So considering everything that we are looking at, we can see that the market is not sharing any interesting news about these movements. The interest rates should move down. We have inflation under control, so everything is not making sense at this moment. I think that we have to be very careful with gold. It is very difficult to anticipate a possible reversal moment, because if we are going to project everything and to see where the price may finish is very, very difficult. We are under manipulated moment, and even if we are going to project where we can see a possible reversal from gold, I don't think that the technical aspect here will work out well. So probably we may face losses again. The only thing that I see as a clear development is that we have to be patient. We have to wait until the situation gets clear. We cannot trade against manipulated market. So the problem is that the same institution that created these bullish waves, very big bullish waves, I think that the same institution will create the sell-off, and it is going to be probably double aggressive than the bullish one. That is why I think that we have to be very careful. For a possible way how to look at this, usually gold price tends to react during the round numbers. So if you think that the gold is going to increase further, probably we can look at for the next target at 2300. It makes more sense. And the next one, if you want to look at for a possible movement, should be 2400. So these are two targets that I'm looking at, but I don't think that gold will rise further at this point. However, we must be careful. It is also very interesting because once the price reached 2195, and we can consider this 2200, the price already stopped. That is why I think that the price may stop again when it will be here. However, despite everything that is happening, in my opinion, probably the top was reached, but we have to be very careful because the manipulation probably has not over yet. And the big problem is that we can never confirm that it is over. But on the other hand, we have a small 60-minute channel that is taking shape here. So this is also raising the chances that we can anticipate a possible bearish movement if that is going to happen. On the other hand, the price is still rising within this channel. We can also see that we have the support areas from below. Look at where the price already stopped for gold. 1, 2, and this is close to the support zone again. As long as the price will develop within this channel, it should continue to push the price up further. So the next movement can continue to increase, and the possible bullish zone can be close to this area here. This is a minor area, 2215. This is a possible movement that we can see gold rise here. However, I'm looking at also for a possible bearish opportunity, considering that the price is already accumulating in this way. Once the price breaks down from the channel, it will increase the chances that we may see a bearish movement at this point, or probably a deeper correction. So this is what I'm looking at for the moment with gold. It is not clear at all if the bullish movement already finished here. It is accumulating as a type of triangle pattern or something different. That is why we have to be very careful. So probably, as long as the price will move within this channel, we have to be careful, but we have also something that we can focus at for a possible bearish movement. However, this is only manipulated situation in normal conditions. The war between Israel and Hamas is not that big in order to create this type of movement. In my opinion, the war between Ukraine and Russia was more difficult for our countries. We had the banking crisis system that was also very important. We had COVID, and at this moment, this movement is only a big speculation. So I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button and follow. Bye bye.